Hi.
Hi.
Cute
I love
sweater.
this.
I love this so
Thanks.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a good thing it's a good thing that it's like 6 p.m. here because I think any earlier in the day I wouldn't have been able to wear it. Um, because it's too hot, but I'm really like going to keep it on for as long as I can. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm kind of similar. So, um, as you know, I'm in Norway. I'm in Bergen, which is the best city ever. I've decided. But like I'm indoors. It's like 9 in the morning, and sunrise is just at 8:30. So like the light, and also I'm in this tiny little cabin vibe thing, which I love. But it's very cozy and heated, and so I just don't have it in me to like put my jumper on straight away.
Look,
um,
we're battling different issues and different problems, but the fact that we are here and we manage to get it sort of at a time when it's kind of sunlight both places, I think is quite a triumph in and of itself. So,
it is. It is. I think we just go with it then.
persevere. Nice.
All right. Um, the other thing is, I really want to show you my one of my sweaters. But if this was in real life, I would like walk into the room with it, and then you'd lose your little mind. So
Well, you'll have to make do. Give like
okay,
give
well
us a little
don't
tease.
don't look at the screen for a sec, and I'll put it on,
Okay.
and then you can see it.
Say when.
Don't. I'll say when, but not yet. Not yet. Guys, she's gonna lose her mind. Don't look yet.
Hurry up.
Okay, you can look.
Oh my god, woman.
How cool is it?
Oh my god, you look so cool.
It is the 2025 Trondheim um, Olympic
Oh my god, that's
ski
so
sweater.
great.
I know, right? Are you ready to see the back? Because the back's like the coolest, Eric. Can you see it? How cool is it? Ah!
Oh my god, I'm so impressed.
I was like, Sarah's gonna lose her tiny mind over this like awesome
Oh,
ass
so,
sweater.
for a second, I thought you'd made it, and I was like,
No, 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 no,
oh
no.
my god.
Come on, gal. She doesn't have finished objects and keep it to herself. That's just not possible.
This is true. I love it. It's so cool. I
It's
love
really
this.
cool.
I love the star.
Yeah, it's just sick. They have this colorway, which is like it comes off black and white on camera, but in real life, it's like a very, very, very deep chic navy.
You know
And
how I
they
feel
also,
about that.
yeah, I do know how you feel about that. And they also have like a colorful, colorful one, which is like white, like a bluey purple indigo color with like
Mhm.
hot pink and stuff. And
I can't
that
believe
was,
you didn't get that one.
well, that was the one I was originally going to get. I'll send you pics because I'm still in two minds. That's why the tag's still on. I bought it yesterday. I'm still in two minds if I exchange it. I just felt like here I would totally wear that one more, like wear that one and enjoy
Mm,
it. But I wonder if this
yeah,
one, because the colors are a bit more neutral, if I would get more wear out of it back home in this
like in the long
colorway.
term.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a bit more. It's a bit more Melbourne, I'd say. I don't know.
yeah. But anyway, it's very cool. I love it. I did.
Oh my god, it looks so.
It is like one of the like official Dale ones, and look, it's got like a little like
It makes
Trondheim.
me. It makes me want to make one. Like, it makes me want to
Yeah,
own one and knit one. Like,
I'm gonna absolutely butcher the names, but I saw like like the Lillehammer ones and stuff like that as well, and I've already decided I'm gonna
famous,
make one.
famous jumpers.
I know. I wasn't going to. Like, I've got, like, the stuff to make the Salt Lake City one from 2002 because I love the
That's
pattern
right.
on that. And
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
wasn't going to make any more. And now I kind of want to make the Lillehammer one. So,
It's making me like it's the cogs in my head are like turning for 2025 now. Like, it just looks so high impact. Oh my god.
yeah, it's really cool.
Hang on, let me just finish this increase.
Okay, okay.
Cool. Okay. Hi everyone.
Hello!
This is Two Pearls in a Pod International, like trans-continental, trans-hemispherical. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
I'm Paige.
Cool. And this is hopefully going to work, but we are in different places. I'm in Melbourne. Paige, you're in?
I'm in Bergen in Norway.
As you do. And we are going to talk about what we've been up to. I think, I might have some more knitting things to talk about. I think Paige just has some more amazing travel things to talk about. But I don't know about you. I've got a lot to talk about, and it's been a while, and I'm just I'm so pleased this is finally happening.
Yes, me too. For disclosure, I did call Sarah yesterday on video chat, and I can't keep my mouth shut, so I've told her a few things, but I've kept I hadn't gone to any of the knitting stores here yet, so I've still got so much exciting stuff to tell you.
I think that was a very necessary pre-chat, because otherwise we would have had to have done that whole I haven't spoken to you in quite a while stuff now, and I think it was good that we spoke yesterday and I managed to get all my excitement off my chest, and now I can be perhaps a little bit more normal, but
yeah, no,
it's all relative, I guess.
It definitely was. Yeah. It definitely was necessary.
Yeah.
Are we going to just do our usual structure? I mean, we've already talked a little bit about what I'm wearing. What are you wearing?
Talk about what you're wearing. Can I talk about what I'm wearing?
Yes.
Mainly because, like I said, it might not stay on for very long, depending on how we go. But this is my stick season sweater by the Crayabea.
Love. It looks so good.
I think this is the perfect yarn pattern combination.
I can see it in your eyes, as you say.
It's just perfection on so many levels, and I'm so happy. And it's a little bit itchy and a little bit warm, and it's getting to a point in Melbourne where it's probably a bit too warm for this. But I've been trying to get as much wear out of it until now, knowing that I'll have to put it away soon. So I've been wearing it heaps, and I'm obsessed. I wrote some notes. Okay.
It looks so good.
About it.
It looks so good.
Thanks.
I love the texture. The fit on you is awesome as well. And I totally understand what you mean. That slightly dry feeling, rustic yarn as you knit with it is so satisfying.
So I used Sadnesgarn Pure Gynt in the colour 5591, which is something like marine blue or dark sailor in the dark, or navy, dark navy. I'm calling it Copenhagen blue because it's super dark blue. And I'm obsessed. I love it so much. The sticks look so good. The Pure Gynt, because it's so hardy, I think it really suits this style of kind of hardy utility style jumper. And this is a hardy utility yarn, and it's just made for the perfect garment. I'm so happy. It looks so good. It's perfect. The fit is really nice across the shoulders. It's got
the
little bit of shoulder detail.
You know how I feel about it. It looks
I
so
showed that
good.
one just for you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm really wrapped. Of all of the Crayabea patterns that I've done to date, I've been happy with them all, but this I think is the best of them. That I've tried. It's perfect. It's so good.
Oh, that's so awesome.
You'll be so proud of me. I did not one. I did 2 swatches for this.
Proud of you. You tried to find exactly the fabric you wanted.
Oh, I think it was mainly because I was off gauge. And so normally I was normally I would just go up. I would be I assume I just need to go up and I'll just use the next size or whatever and just assume that one will work because it's slightly off. But I did it twice. I ended up making the 4th size, which is giving me about, it doesn't look, it's about 20 centimeters of ease.
Yeah.
And it's just right.
Beautiful.
It's just right. And I used a 3.75 mil needle because I think the pattern says 3.5, but I think that's because Rebecca Clow is quite a loose knitter. But 3.75 works for me. I just want to get on a boat or something,
Yeah. It's giving sailor, in the best way.
It's giving. I was I'm ready to go and catch fish and be on the North Sea or something.
You need to be where I am. You need or go to Nova Scotia or something like that.
That's where I need to be in this jumper. I'm someone take me to the ocean or something. I don't know. It feels good. Feels right. I took it camping on the weekend. It was perfect. It was freezing. because I was down on Wilson's prom and it was fresh, but I was toasty warm in this.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
What else can I tell you? I wrote, I've saved my my pattern and I made some notes on it. I ended up adding about 6 centimeters to the bottom because I've got a long torso, and I added 10 centimeters to the sleeve, and it's still not long enough.
That's so funny.
I feel like this is a recurring issue with, not issue, but I feel like I am now learning that with Crayobea patterns, the sleeves run super short on me. Like, I don't know if you remember my Cargill. I also add a lot of length to those sleeves.
Yeah.
But 10 centimeters, and I've cut it short, which I regret because I love a long sleeve. It's not too bad.
You can always, you know, we won't. We never do. We always say we will, but we don't.
I'm not even going to pretend that I'm going to do anything other than complain about this for the rest of the time that I wear it. But, I mean, to be honest, most of the time I'm wearing my sleeves like this anyway.
Yeah, true.
I did a 2x2 tubular cast on, like a bind off.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks a lot better than the first time I did it on something else. So
is that the way where you like make the 2x2 a 1x1 and then do a cast off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's good to know because
it's pretty good, actually.
I just do a regular cast off now because I never like the way it looks when I do it.
No, nor did I previously. But I was like, I'll give it a try, and actually, I think it looks pretty good.
Show me again. I want to see it again.
To do. Oh, sorry, I'm getting used to this mirrored.
Oh yeah, it looks neat.
Yeah,
looks great.
Thanks.
I love it. Thanks.
I'm obsessed. I think I don't want to speak too soon. This might be my knit of the year. Like, oh, it's just perfect. It's so utility. It's so practical.
It's so
functional.
Sarah. It's so Sarah.
I love it. Take me to a boat. Anyway, I loved this. I ended up using far less yarn. I had like 3 balls left over.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that's because I have a loose tension or something. But
it's also I think your row gauge as well.
That's it. I have really.
I'm low key so jealous about it.
Why? Because it just means that like
less yarn, you finish faster. Like I'm gonna blame the fact that it has no finished objects and you have like 20 on the fact that you have a really good row gauge.
Yeah, it's like knit till it measures 10 centimeters. I was like, I was at 10 centimeters a long time ago.
That's like 2 rows.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
But yes, this is I haven't worn it for a little while now because it's too hot, but it's a nice problem to have. But this is my main finished object.
Love, very into it.
What else have you got?
Well, I don't have any finished objects, but I have lots of acquisitions.
No, but you've been busy being holidaying around.
And I also have, where would it be? Give me 1 second. Sorry with this jumper, I didn't fully go into it. So I actually went into, so you know how we've been saying Dale of Norway? That's not how you say it. Apparently it's like Dal or Dale. Forgive me, I actually don't remember now and I need to look it up again. But I Googled it on like Google Maps because I was like, obviously I'm going to their store. Turns out they don't actually have an official store in Bergen, but when you type it in, a store does come up. And I think it's a little bit cheeky because it's not an official store. It's a privately owned store and they sell that stuff there.
Sounds like good marketing to me.
A little bit sneaky. But I went there and I went with Jacob and it was a little bit sad because they didn't have, so they had like lots, but they didn't have anything that I liked or in the size that I needed. So like basically I didn't really love the things that I tried on, and then the sales assistant was like, oh, have you seen like the 2025 Trondheim sweater, which is like obviously this one, and then they didn't have any in my size, and she was like, oh, you can just get like the men's version, it's just a bit longer. But it was like, even though it fitted me right, the long fit just didn't suit me. Like I like a slightly cropped boxier fit, which is what you get in women's, whereas I don't know if you know like the school rugby jumpers that are kind of like a long tube. Like that's what men's jumpers are like on me.
And there's like no room for hips or anything.
Yeah, and so like it gets kind of like cinched in at your hips and nowhere else.
And then it sort of like bunches a bit. Yeah,
it's not flattering.
I'm having flashbacks to high school. It's not good.
And they're quite expensive. Like I think it's worth it because it's like a piece of art.
Yeah, as long as it fits right.
Yeah, totally. But I think it works out like the standard price of them. It's the same as what's on their website, which is like $450 Australian. So like quite pricey.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, I wasn't going to leave Norway and not get one,
It's a timeless
100%.
souvenir.
Also, I remember, how like the cost of things, just like your perception of the cost of things changes so much as you get older. Like, I remember in like lots of years ago, like maybe about 10 years ago, when I went to Iceland, I bought like our Icelandic sweaters. And I remember at the time the price sticks in my brain because I remember it felt like such a huge investment at the time. And it was about 200 to 250 Aussie dollars. And now I'm like, what an absolute bargain. But at the time,
I'd be like, some poor like granny like sweated over that, like the slave labor money.
100%. And then like, yeah, like, but I remember how much that stung purchasing it as a uni student at the time. And now, like, this is like the equivalent.
But now it's the most special thing ever.
100%. Well, anyway, enough about that. But basically, I thought that was the only place that I was going to find that kind of sweater. Incorrect. All the like tourist shops around that area like stock it, so it's just like there are just lots of stockists essentially. I went down like a couple, and I quickly realized that actually a lot of shops stock it. So I managed to find my size in one of those stores.
Okay.
But when I thought that I wasn't getting anything from the official store, I was like, I do want something. And I've always wanted like a warm headband. Like this whole trip, I've been watching people with these like warm headbands, and their ears look cozy and their hair's
up.
Yes. So I got one.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
It is also.
They look so good together.
Darling. That's actually pure coincidence. But.
Oh my God, look at you.
Isn't it cool?
Oh.
So I'm super into that. So not a finished object, but kind of a finished object. It's not finished by me.
Finished by someone.
I just wanted to show you because it's, knee related.
Oh, the gel. Like I'm so jealous. It hurts.
Like Sarah, there's so many things here that I'm like, oh no, Sarah would die. Like, have you seen the like Celine cardigans by Agnette? It's like a cardigan, and it's got like the little ties in the front.
Oh, yeah.
I'm obsessed with that. Anyway, I think a lot of, like, there's a few patterns like that out there. And I don't know who was inspired by whom, but Garn has, like, that kind of style of, like, tops and jumpers and stuff. And they had a navy one, and I was obsessed. But I've decided I want to knit it. Anyway, I found a pattern online. It's by Sadnesgarn. Love. But
I know the one. I think I know the one.
It has to be in the booklet, and I'm like, oh my God, I actually I can just go down the road and get that booklet. Like,
I'm thinking about how hard I had to work to buy a Sadnesgarn book, and it involved like coordinating with a friend of a friend who was coming back from London and getting it shipped to my old housemate's place and them bringing it back. And you're just like, I'll just pop down the street.
It's literally less than a 5-minute walk down the road. And I just remember because when I bought, and I'll show you like all the yarn I bought yesterday, when I went to that store, I remember seeing just like a whole bunch of the booklets on the table, and I didn't even look at them, but I'm definitely going back today to go get that pattern.
Good.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. Can I show you? I have some more finished objects.
Yes, I was going to ask. Show me the rest of your finished objects, please.
Okay, so the last time I did a solo episode by myself, I was working on the Bacchus scarf.
Yes.
And I was like, I've missed the boat for this year. There's no point working on it. I should put it aside and like I'll work on it next year because like there's no point working on it now. Which was obviously the catalyst for me to be like, I just want to finish it. So now it's done.
I'm so proud of you. You were so determined to not finish it, and then you gave it a squish, and you were like, "Ooh,
like, this makes no sense. This makes no sense to work on this." But I just really wanted to finish it as soon as I said that. And I love it so much.
It looks so good.
I'm so like,
I love it.
It's so squishy. It is so squishy and cozy. The braids were really cool and really fun, and like took a lot longer than I maybe thought they were going to. Like the braids that you sort of do at the end.
No, it looks sick.
But it's like, it's so like my love of a garter scarf or a garter stitch shawl scarf is just being reinforced, and it makes me want to make like more Sophie scarves or something, just because like why would you do anything other than
I
garter?
was gonna say I want to do a Sophie scarf now. I've also seen a lot of them like in all the knitting stores here. It's like there's like Sophie scarf central. What size were the
Yeah,
needles that you did that on, Sarah?
good question. I think like a 5 or a 5.5.
Stunning.
I didn't write it
Which
down.
for me is
So it's
like
like,
a 6 and a 6.5.
yeah. So I feel like I should be a bit more explicit. This is the Bacchus scarf, which is by Fibre Tales, and it is using one strand of an unspun yarn and one strand of a mohair. So I used Plotulopi in this sort of colour, which has got a little bit of green, a little bit of blue and a little bit of brown, but it's like a khaki colour. And then I held that with a strand of Isager mohair in like a kind of a foresty green.
Beautiful.
The pattern, oh my gosh, it's so good. The pattern said you should be able to get it out of, it was a bit like like she was like, you should be able to get it out of 2 plates, but maybe you might need a third, which was a bit of like a hedging your bets type thing. So I got 3 because actually the postage for this from New Zealand was probably the priciest thing. So I bought 3 and this is the second one. So I didn't even use 2. So if anyone is going to make this, I think you can be fairly well reassured that 2 is enough. And then I used exactly 3 balls of the mohair. Like I think I had about this much mohair left at the end. I was getting like a little bit panicky, but also incredibly satisfying. But it's just such a cool pattern. Like the organic nature, wavy nature means like I've crossed off like every single row to create these like wavy braids.
Not gonna lie, that's the only thing that puts me off. I don't want to be crossing off.
It just means it has to be a home project. Like it just has to be a TV project. But it also means that if you kind of muck it up, it doesn't matter because it's so like organic anyway. It's like I am so sad that I can't wear this for a while because it is just the squishy dream, and actually, I think one of the other things that made me motivated to finish it was I saw that come on, Sarah, names. Bubbles and Berries, Autumn Bubbles and Berries had finished hers because we were doing like this project and a book club cardigan at the same time, and I was like, I want my combo to match her combo.
That's really cute.
But this has been a real pleasure. I feel like I wish I could send it to you so you could like use it.
I was gonna say
I just want to like wrap you around it, like.
Yeah, no, I need it.
But I'm really happy that is like primed and ready to go for next year now.
That's awesome. Also, it's Melbourne. Yeah. It'll probably like tomorrow just have a thunderstorm or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was like hail and thunderstorms yesterday. So.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Can't argue with hail.
Yeah. No. Show me some of the things you've got.
Well, Julie, so do you have more finished objects? Do you want to go through whips? How do you want to do it?
I don't know. Let's just. I'm conscious that I'm talking a lot because I'm very excited and I've had.
Yeah, same. Just show me.
My last finished object, which is not super exciting actually, is.
No, don't say that. That is exciting. That's such a beautiful blankie.
I finished another baby blanket. People who have watched before will know that like this is my ride. Like I make this for every like poor child who has the misfortune to be born to someone who knows me. This is called like the stripy baby travel rug, or like the stripy travel rug or something. It's by Serta. I found you can buy this pattern if you're so inclined, but it's a garter stitch square with 4 stripy colours. But it's a really good size. People tell me it's good for prams. But a friend at work is having a baby boy, so I went for kind of greens. But yes, it's another one to just like get ticked off.
Yes, perfect. Love it. As someone who works a lot with babies, there's nothing better than a good swaddle blanket, particularly like after you swaddle the baby in like their first layer, like to just put it over the top and just like seal them in.
This is the like
the top layer, like the sealing layer that just keeps them from rolling about in the pram. It's perfection.
Yeah. yeah, so highly recommend that pattern. I tried to calculate. I reckon I've done 16 of them now in
Oh,
my, like, I reckon maybe almost 20, maybe not quite 20, but
you're such a
I've
good
got 2 more to
person.
do before the end of the year. But they are my finished objects.
Love. Obsessed. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it's
Well,
time for you to do. I've talked too much. Show me
no,
something.
I'm just wondering, do I go through my whips or do I just go through the acquisitions? Because the acquisitions are definitely the more fun part. But like, no, I'll just go through the whips quickly because otherwise, no one's
Quickly, none
gonna
of
watch
this.
the end. No one's gonna watch the end of the video. The end of the video if I've got my whip. All right, my first whip, which is the one that I've been like the most excited about and the most addicted to, is my Jules Genser. I know, it's looking so
Oh my god,
good.
it looks so
This
beautiful.
was, I can't even say it was inspired by Sarah because I just straight up copied her. Sarah knitted one, so I wanted to knit one. So this is the Jules Genser by Sadnesgarn, and it's knitted in one strand of mohair. The mohair I'm using is the exact same one that Sarah used because I saw her color and I was like, I need that. That's the perfect color for this kind of project. It's called Elderflower, and it's by Knitting for Olive, and it's this beautiful like lemony yellow color. It's super like lightweight and it's super addictive. So I finished off. You can see like it's got all this like beautiful lace patterning.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I finished the lace, and the lace was so addictive. Now I'm doing, well, I've actually finished one sleeve pretty much. I started doing like the ribbing last night, and
Mm.
I've done like a centimeter. I reckon I'll do like maybe 2 centimeters and then bind it off. I think the pattern says to do 5, but that just seems, it's
Seems
not the
like a
look I
lot.
want. Also doing the ribbing sucks.
Yeah.
I've also followed Sarah's advice of just like caution about doing this too tightly because getting it over your hands. So to be honest, I kind of love like the very balloony sleeves that don't really cinch in fully. So
Yeah.
I think the pattern calls for like a whole round of knit two together, but I've just done the knit two together round as like every second one, like every
Yeah,
second.
smart.
And then it says to go down half a needle size. I've gone down only 0.25 of a needle size, which I'm pretty sure is also what I did for the collar. Actually, no, that's a lie because the gauge looks very different now that I'm looking at it. I think for the collar, I must have gone down 0.75 of a needle size because my
Mm.
Xiaogu kit, like I've knitted the whole thing in 3.5. My Xiaogu kit doesn't have a 3. It's very random. It has 2.75 and 3.25.
That's
Don't
weird. I
know.
feel like 3 is probably one of my most used needles.
Yeah, I've got a 3 like separately, but I think it must be somewhere at home. I don't know. I couldn't really find it.
Mm.
So whatever, that's what we're doing. So I've gone down not too tight for the cuff, but it's looking.
Yeah.
I can probably show you. Well, it doesn't really. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but
Cute.
it's looking very cute. I'm loving it. I can't wait to
Yeah.
wear it. I think the other reason why I've been so addicted to knitting it is it's like been the perfect watching Netflix and knit kind of project for me,
Yeah.
but also it's so compact, like because it only uses 5 of these balls.
Yeah. Like,
It's just so easy, like it just squishes down to nothing, like it's perfect.
I feel like we are literally doing like the most opposite projects. Like, I am doing this enormous thing, and you're like,
Well, I have to be. So other little
yeah.
update,
And that's the
guys.
luxury of the fact that I'm not going anywhere.
You know how I did that? Well, we did that awesome episode talking about sort of what I should take and what I should leave behind in terms of like projects and stuff. So that was all well and good until I finished up in South America and I got to this point where closing my suitcase, like I could close it, that wasn't a problem, and the weight was fine. But it was something I dreaded every time we had to move somewhere because it was just such a nightmare
Yeah.
to close
Such an
with the
ordeal.
bulkiness. And I
Yeah.
remember people saying, oh, like, you should bring vacuum sealable bags. But I was like, that's a bit extreme, guys. Regrets. Yesterday I literally in Norway, like, found a place and bought vacuum sealing bags because I saw how much yarn I was going to be buying. Anyway, I ended up when I was in France. I ended up posting, cost me basically a kippy. Um, I sent back like 9 kilos worth of stuff and all the bulkier stuff that I had. Um, and that actually included all of my knitting, all of my yarn, except for this project, and then one other whip that I'm going to show you, which is very compact, with the plan that, like, if I want to knit something and I finish projects, like, I'm just going to knit from the stash that I'm essentially accumulating whilst here. So,
Yes,
um,
that is how it should be.
yeah, and I bought vacuum sealing bags so that I can compress the yarn if I need to, or when I need to,
Yeah.
rather. The only thing that I'm a little bit sort of hesitant about compressing it too much is it can lose the quality, like it
Yeah.
can disappear. So I'm trying not
I
to.
wouldn't want to like leave it in that state for a long time either. Like
Yeah,
you'd hope that like if you, I don't know, if you like posted at home that someone would like deflate it or re-fluff it or something. I don't know. Like I feel like
yeah,
it's the time that it spends crushed that makes me most
exactly,
anxious. In the same way
exactly.
that like I don't like compress my sleeping bag. I don't know.
Oh,
But,
don't
you
you?
know, no, you don't want to leave it compressed because it will crush all the feathers.
Yeah,
Or
I
you leave it
compress the
lofty.
shit out of
And
mine.
yeah, like when you're traveling, sure, but when you're at home, you should let it
Air
be
out.
lofty.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess like worst case situation, if you knit something up, when you block it, it should re-bloom
it will.
again.
It should fluff a lot. Yeah, you're right.
But
Yeah, this is true.
who's blocking before they knit it up, you know?
Oh no, it'd just be like
Yeah, it's a bit
I
of,
think you just
anyway,
probably. It would just mean you'd have to like be really careful with swatching. I feel like we're getting into quite a niche issue
we're
here.
getting very niche. But yeah, no, I bought like vacuum seal bags for this purpose. But yeah, I'm just caught. It's also, I'm also being a little bit cautious with the whole thing.
Well,
But yeah, that's one of my two whips. What are you working on, Sarah?
I have two whips to show.
Go.
The first of which is my. This is my zipper sweater light man.
Yes,
This is my zipper sweater light man. I am like I'm like one row away from like splitting for sleeves,
love.
which is annoying because it would have been much nicer to be able to show it on like a more sensible like thing. But anyway, I'm so into this, and
How
I'm
fun is
so
that pattern?
it's like the
I'm so
pattern is great. This
satisfied.
yarn, oh, I mean,
What
like
yarn is it?
I'm it's knitting for Olive, Merino, and soft silk mohair.
Oh,
Like
yep, yep,
this is
yep.
not a groundbreaking combination, but it is popular for a reason. It is
Yeah,
so
it's good.
nice. I'm
It's good.
so excited to wear this. My blue era is continuing apace. It's
Love.
just, I mean, you know how I feel about like a marl
Oh,
and like a
yeah. And
contrast.
it's giving like a nice like denim like marl. It's looking good.
Yeah. So the mohair is called blue denim, and this is
Nailed
dusty dove
it.
blue. Sorry, the soft silk mohair is blue jeans, and this is dusty dove blue. Um, I made this color choice with like a concerted focus towards my like spring colors.
Love.
Is it my warm spring colors?
You're so, yeah,
Um,
I'm proud.
Thanks. But it's so beautiful and soft. I was initially going to do. I really wanted a zipper sweater, and I think initially I was going to do the Gaia Genser from Sadnesgarn, which is similar, but it has like this big double knit kind of the zip area is like double knit and it looks really
Yeah.
quite thick and heavy. Do you know what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
the one. And is it in the lime green?
Yes.
Yeah. I've admired it as well.
And like I'm still unsure, but like it's a different shape and I was really unconvinced by that double knit zip kind of like mega placket thing. So I went with this one. Doesn't mean I'll never do that one, but
I
this
think
is
it's
one
a
I wanted
good
to do
choice.
first.
I think it's a good choice. I also love that yarn combination because it's got like the right amount of drape and lightness for
It's
it.
real. It's because I think it's because the merino's like thin. It's giving really nice light drape. I'm so happy with it so far. And like it's stockinette. I'm about to like split, so it's just
And it'll fly.
yeah.
It will
It's
fly.
nice to have. This is my like go-to stockinette project at the moment, and I just can't put it down. It's so nice.
Very into it.
But yeah,
Love.
I'm doing the man because I don't have the zipper sweater light lady pattern and I'm just doing the smaller size, which will give me about 20 centimeters of positive ease.
Yeah, well, I
So,
mean,
yeah.
I thought the sizing was like corresponded for men and women, but you've done
I would be,
the measurements.
I don't
So.
know, I haven't actually looked. I would be annoyed if like the smallest women's size was a bust circumference of 115 or 100, yeah, I think it's 115 centimeters.
When I did mine, I think I told you like I was like the second size for like it was just like the second size was the same as the second size for the women's because but that wasn't for the light version because I bought light.
Okay, is audio quality really bad because my AirPods just ran out of battery?
That actually sounds better.
Oh, haha, that's funny. All right, well, we'll just keep it that way then.
Yeah. This is going to give me 100. The finished bust circumference is 111 centimeters, which will give me like 20 centimeters of ease. But this is the extra small men's size.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's.
But that's like quite big anyway. If that was the smallest women's size, I'd be like annoyed.
Yeah, I so clearly remember, unless it's because it wasn't the light version. I'm not
light.
sure.
It might have been the heavier one.
Yeah, because the heavier ones, they definitely correspond to the exact same measurements. And I think I told you there was only one pattern difference, which was so minor.
And it was just like the twisted rib in the collar.
Yeah, it really annoyed me so much, and I've like spent so much money on the patterns for that now.
Yeah. But this is my kind of whip of choice at the moment.
Into it. I can understand why.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I have one more whip because Gal can't just have one whip. This is boring.
What do you take?
And I just started yesterday, so it's like nothing. But it's just the start of a very basic vanilla sock that I'm making for Jacob. This is just the regular yarn. In like a navy colour. He barracks for the Carlton Blues, and so
the navy blues, you might say.
Yes, the navy blues, the Carlton navy blues. So we're just knitting a basic pair of knitted socks. He doesn't own any knitted socks, and he's kind of hinted towards the fact that he'd like be into a knitted sock. I think
it's time. I think it's time.
I think it's time too. So I cast these on yesterday. I'm literally I usually, whenever I forget what I'm up to or what I'm meant to do for the next step for a vanilla sock, I just always go back to the Summerlee Knits, just like basic sock pattern.
Basic sock pattern. That's that's the framework for all of my socks.
He's got quite a wide foot and I've got quite a tight tension. I usually do a 64 stitch sock for my own foot, but I've got a narrow foot, but it's long. So weird. And it's quite like firm. So I'm knitting a 72 stitch one and I'm hoping it's going to be fine. And I've just done like a twisted rib cuff and I'm knitting it on 2.25 millimeter needles, which is like my perfect density of choice for like a good dense,
nice,
neat sock.
I do a 72 for my foot.
Okay, perfect.
It's a good size.
Right, excellent.
I've just had this like massive revelation that like I've been calling this like Copenhagen blue, like Copenhagen navy, but really it's Carlton navy.
It is Carlton navy.
It's fitting. It's fitting.
Do you have another whip to show me?
I do, and I kind of the emotional roller coaster of this is like I think like it's essentially happening in real time, like whilst I'm getting notifications that are like I'm trying really hard to like not freak out and like sorry I should just go through this. Hey, this was my main whip that I was okay. So this is my main whip that I was working on for the most part.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
This is my Agnette. I'm sorry to any like Scandinavian person for my mispronunciation. This is the Agnette cardigan by Petite.
Beautiful. I know the pattern.
Thank you. I'm loving it. It's I was a bit nervous at the start. My brioche took a little bit of time to get used to, and I don't know how to fix mistakes. So there's like a few little holes that like I just don't know what to do with. I kind of ignored them.
Brioche is really hard to like. Yeah.
I just, it's a write-off, and I think it's a humbling experience in terms of like, you just, like, that's how I would have been when I started knitting. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to fix this. And I'm kind of back to that same feeling of like panic and total like inability to do anything about it.
I think it's a life
So I persevered.
project, like, is the only way that I know how to deal with that.
Yeah, I should probably do that. I've not. Anyway, I really got into this when I was doing the start of it. I was like, it's so squishy. It's so nice. I am using some yarn that I got at the Australian Sheep and Wool Show earlier this year, which is called Avely Finnsheep.
Yeah, stunning.
Which is like beautiful. Like, I've just gushed about this so much. The reason I'm panicking is someone in the last video that I recorded was like, oh, I hope you've got enough of that, because like the brioche can eat up a lot more yarn than maybe you think. And I was like, that's a good point. I'll check the requirements on the pattern, which I hadn't done. And the pattern says I'm going to need 1,400 meters. And I only bought 3 of these.
That's 12.
Because I thought,
right?
I thought they'd be, I was like, I think at the time, like, it was that sort of panicked thing, and I was like, 3 will be enough. Also, they were super expensive.
Yeah, I remember. It's an expensive.
It's fair enough.
Yeah.
But I kind of was like, 3 is as much as I could mentally have brought myself to buy. I don't know. And I've just looked, and then I looked at the label last night, and I realised that this says 316 meters per 200 grams. Which is only not, like, call it 900 meters.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had a freak out. I stopped working on it because I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I emailed them today, and she's just replied, like, there's like a little like response, which is like popping down in my, like, as I'm talking to you, and they have none left. It's a naturally dyed thing. So like, it's never, like, there's not really an option of like buying a different dye lot or something. But then she's just sent another message being like, oh, but they're 400 meters on a ball, not 300.
Oh, no. Okay, you know what's weird?
Do you remember it was crossed
out? I remember this. They were crossing out by hand, and they had like a little like chalkboard sign up. I'm pretty sure they are 400 meters.
They're 400 meters.
Yeah.
Which takes me to 1,200 meters. Does it?
It does.
Yeah, it takes me to 12. Which is still less than the recommended kind of 1,400 meters, but it's not the disaster that it was when I thought it was only 3, when I thought I only had 900 meters.
Also, Gal loves a slightly cropped cardi. I think he'll be all right.
So, like, I'm kind of literally, as we're talking, there's this part of my brain which is like, should I keep going? Should I abandon it and do something else? And I'm kind of like, what if this is 300 meters? Is it 400? I don't know. I need to, like,
I remember seeing some of the labels had crossed out bits, and 300.
Yeah, apparently none of the ones
really ring a bell.
Yeah, so it's been like a pretty roller coaster 24 hours for me in this, because like, I love it. It's been quite a lot of work, and so it would break my heart to rip it out. But I kind of don't want to get to a point where, like, I've got a cardigan which ends here and sleeves which end here just for the sake of it. So fortunately, the one thing that's making me like inclined to continue on is you knit the button band as you go.
Oh, that's good.
Which means that you don't need to save any at the end for the button band. So I can just kind of like knit until it's done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or knit until I've used it all up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Stay tuned. I might just like, once we finish, I'll just like pour over her messages and see what she says.
Yeah, message me what you decide, because I think
she did message me and say if you want to come up to the farm and see what we've got, because it's like, it's not that far out of Melbourne. And I was like, well, it could be a nice excuse to go.
I might just go to see my head.
So yeah, I think like I'm loving it. I really want to own this right now. I want to wear this right now. So I was working on it a lot. Super squishy, but we'll see. I think you've convinced me that I think I might keep going.
You know what's really funny? I feel like I've convinced you to keep going, but I was also going to say if I were in your position, I'd 100% just rip it back and make something else. But like,
I don't know what I'd make. Like, I'm too like fixated on green cardigan.
But I would make a cardigan that's not brioche. is what I would do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look at this.
I'd make a stockinette cardigan.
I'd make the Eva cardigan, which is what I was going to do before I decided. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Oh, it's so nice though. Oh, I don't know. I'm very into this yarn. I think it would be really good for colour work, except obviously they only do skeins in this size. But if they did like 50-gram balls, it would be amazing for colour work because it's got a bit of grippiness. It's perfect for colour work.
I remember you doing this,
so maybe,
and like, it was an exciting moment.
It's beautiful. I should go up and just like convince her to do like colour work kits.
That can be your mission when you go to your head on the farm. So
stay tuned on that front. It's a great pattern. I really enjoy it. Starting it off was super fiddly and an absolute nightmare. But I'm through the worst of it, maybe. We'll see.
Fingers crossed there, everyone.
Yeah, send thoughts and prayers. Cool. Okay, I think it's time for acquisitions. I've waited long enough.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to show?
No other knitting.
Okay. I have a lot of acquisitions, but they're well thought out. So we're giving me a free pass while I'm overseas. So I went to Modelstrik. I don't know if that's how I say it, but it's just down the road. And I haven't been into any other knitting shops, but I feel like I found pretty much everything that I could possibly want there. Like, I don't know how it gets better, but I feel like I need to wander into a few more. Anyway.
Yeah.
I've got a lot. I've got 2 full bags. Let's go through it. So, sorry. I just realised it's not, like, really sorted. I thought they kind of sorted it when they put them in the bag, but not really. Okay, so they have the beauty of this for me was I know that I can buy Knitting for Olive, Peer Gynt, Sadnesgarn. I know I can buy those things and get them shipped to Melbourne. It will cost me a bit, but I know
at great cost. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What I can't do is feel and pick my colours and touch and know exactly what I like. And I think that's what I love so much about the experience. And then also they have some colourways that are going out of production on sale as well, which like you don't have that privilege of being like...
You can't get that in Melbourne.
And then if you do, you kind of like you kind of feel almost obliged back home to like make a big order because you're spending so much money. So it was really nice to just like pick like 1 or 2 things, you know, not that I did that if I wanted to.
But you could have.
I'll go through sort of from least exciting for me to most exciting. Least exciting. There are so many babies being born in my life. Oh my goodness. 3 babies of like friends, like very, very close friends are being born while we're away. 2 of them are just born in the last couple of weeks. And I really want to make them cute little beanies. I was very much obsessed with the like bear ear. And I'm all about, like, I think back when like the first baby in my friend group was born, I was all about making like something like a bit extravagant. Like I made that baby a onesie and then like an Ingrid sweater, and it's just not sustainable. And also I get like it takes away from time that I could be knitting other things. And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I am also starting to appreciate more knitting smaller things. So I've told you guys about making the booties, like the
hug booties or something.
And I'm all about that. And now I want to make these bear beanies for 3 babies. The 3 colours,
cute.
3 babies. So they
look really good together.
I was just thinking that. These were all on sale 30% off. They're all Sandnes.
What are they? What yarn is it?
It's Sadnesgarn.
Sorry, I should let you finish.
2 of them are Smart, which is, I'm pretty sure, it's 100% wool, but it's superwash.
Nice.
Which, you know, good for babies. So these 2 are that. Ooh. And it's kind of hard to, that's a pretty true to colour. It's like a corally kind of colour and like a mustard colour. And then this one is a dark brown, like a chocolatey colour, and this is double Sunday. So
great, perfect.
111. We're going to do some cute beanies for some babies.
Cute. Next,
also on sale, were these tin silk mohairs. I don't know if that's a pretty true to colour. This is a colour which is, it kind of looks like a pistachio green.
Yeah.
And it
looks
beautiful.
Oh, did you see how it just like sat up towards the green?
Yeah,
Like, oh, the green.
Beautiful. So I bought some of these mostly because I've enjoyed knitting this like Euler's Genser so much that I kind of am like a little bit inspired to knit a couple more sort of garments that are single strand mohair.
Mohair, yeah.
I did buy 6 of these, even though I probably only need 4 to 5. But given that the colour's going out of production and I don't want to like be playing chicken with that, so that's what we've done.
It's not worth the stress, I can assure you.
It's absolutely not worth the stress, especially because, like, in terms of, let me calculate how much like a ball of that would have been. Like, it's $10 a ball.
It'd be rude not to, really.
Exactly. So yes, so those are all the sale things. The other things that I bought are full price, but again, well considered. So I want to make some of the, I don't know how to say it, the double toffler.
Oh yeah,
slippers.
Slipper socks.
Yeah. Yes, I've been wanting to make them, but like getting the yarn in Australia is kind of annoying.
It's hard.
So, and you can't get all.
I would say impossible, but yeah.
Sorry?
I would say like borderline impossible.
It's really hard. And then like if you want
really
specific colours, it's even harder. So I bought 4 balls of 2 colours because I want to make myself a pair and I'm going to make Jacob a pair because I have like these moccasins and Jacob always steals them. So I bought him in his own pair. So I'm just going to, go straight to it, just make us both a pair each. So I got him, you guys know it, in navy blue. This is the Sadnesgarn Fritters Garn, which is like the felting yarn that you use for it. And then I also bought this colour. This is actually Rauma yarn, but I checked with the sales assistant. It is like pretty much the exact same bulkiness and everything, and it also felts.
As long as it also felts.
It also felts, yeah. Apparently the bleached white doesn't felt. I'm now looking at this and it's kind of like a mild grey, and I'm like, does that mean that it's not going to felt? No, it should felt. It should felt. If it doesn't, that's an issue for her. But it should be fine. She kind of told me it was fine. So,
good.
And this is Rauma in Vams.
Oh yeah.
And it's quite. I thought it was quite interesting. I think they're both exactly 50 grams and exactly 83 meters for 50 grams, which I thought was really satisfying. Oh no, it's 70 meters. Must have looked at a different one. Anyway, those 2 colors. I know that
nice.
Sadnesgarn also has like a color similar to this gray, but I kind of just like wanted to try something out that was a little bit different.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see how the Vams go.
Yeah, exactly. It would be also nice to have an alternative to try and get in Australia if you want to do more.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I bought a sweater quantity of yarn to knit a colourwork sweater. I need to get the name of it. Give me a sec because I can't remember what the exact name was.
Is that the one that I made?
Which one? No, I didn't end up buying the full quantity of that because I was going a bit crazy, and then I just was like, you know what, worst case situation, I can get that in Melbourne and a sweater quantity is like justifiable to get shipped.
Yeah.
So I pressed
for sure.
that because I was like, I can figure out the colours pretty easily for that one. The one that I wanted to try something like a different kind of yarn that I don't like something that wasn't just like Sadnesgarn or something, because I want to try something slightly different. So I wanted to try some Rauma. It's the Lunenburg pullover. This is for Sarah.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Isn't it? So, yeah, it's like...
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll put it
that's stunning.
On the screen, but what am I that pullover? So I bought some Rauma Fennel, which...
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
is that 4-ply? Is that fingering weight?
I don't know if it's 4-ply or 5-ply. The pattern wants a 5-ply.
But it's not a DK. It's not like
It's not a DK. It's 175 meters for 50 grams, which is like... Now I'm panicking. Did I buy the wrong? No, that's right. That's about a 45-ply.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have just looked it up online, but I didn't. Anyway. And I'll show you the colours that I got. I put a picture on my Instagram of me actually trying to pick what colour to get. In my story.
Oh, I think I saw that. It was you just like in front of this like complete wall of yarn.
Yes. That was all just Roma Finul, by the way.
That's wild.
So I'm going to go with a charcoal base colour. So this is like the background colour.
Cute.
And then I really liked these colours to be like the colourwork colours. But
nice,
I wasn't
really nice.
sure if like that would make this the lightest colour, which might be fine. And then, but I thought maybe I should get like a light grey just in case I want something with a little bit more contrast. I bought this as like a backup to mix through, maybe instead of this, or maybe for a little bit of it. That was Jacob's suggestion. He was like, why don't you just buy like another ball? And I was like, come over here. You can stay.
Correct response, Jacob.
Yes. So that's where we're at. I think in terms of other things sort of on my wish list of things that I kind of want to get, I think I might want to try and get, now that I've like kind of feel like I want to knit another Olympic sweater. I'm like, do I just buy the sweater quantity of the Olympic sweater yarn, like the Rauma, which is quite difficult to get back home while I'm here, and then also the sweater quantity of the stuff for the secret project that you're knitting as well. But that's 3 sweater quantities, and I've got a bed full of yarn right now, so I'll stay.
That's going to be, those colours look really beautiful. I'm really impressed. Like, they look really nice.
Thank you so much. But yeah, those are all my acquisitions.
I have an acquisition.
Oh my god, show.
So someone messaged me on Instagram and she was like, I've got some yarn, I would like to post it to you because I'm not using it and I think you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sure. And so I was like, well, part of me was like, this is like too good to be true. Part of me was like, this is too good to be true. I'll give my like the PO box that like I have access to through a family member, and I'll just like see what happens. But I kind of was expecting nothing to happen. Not that I didn't trust this person, but like it just seemed a bit like
Anyway, 100%.
And then this parcel came, and it was massive, and I was like, holy moly!
Oh my god!
So like this whole bag is full of unspun. And I'm just like, my like unspun.
Okay. I was like, okay, Sarah, your voice is like getting a bit shaky. Like you're clearly very like excited. I understand.
Very emotional.
That's amazing.
So Karen from somewhere in Melbourne, thank you so much.
It's like Karen nailed it. Like you've made her whole like, I was going to say probably decade.
Karen, you've made my life. Oh my god, this is like, oh, I'm so happy. Look how beautiful this is. Actually, I could just finish off my Agnette cardigan in this, to be honest.
Truly, it's like the perfect mix of like the 2 things that you showed us, like the scarf and your cardigan.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh, like it's you in yarn.
There's.
Oh my goodness.
It smells amazing. I'm not sure you'd like it, Paige, but Karen is just like, bless her. Thank you so much, Karen, if you're watching this. I tried to like send her some money for postage or whatever, and she wouldn't take it because she's just like the most incredible human being. I'm just kind of now overwhelmed, like what I do with it all, how I celebrate this beautiful yarn, like these 2. I don't know, but like,
dream. I'm so happy for you. Like dying.
So yeah. But yeah, this was like a lovely acquisition because I've kind of made an effort to not have any acquisitions for a while. So like for this to come into my life has just been such a delight.
Yeah, meant to be. What a joy. Yeah. Thank you so much, Karen. Yeah. That's awesome.
Thank you, Karen. But yeah, that's kind of everything that I have knitting wise. I have one sewing thing, but maybe we can save that to the end.
All right. Well, that's everything that I have as well. So
Do you want to see a sewing thing? I don't know. Is it too? We've gone over. Pardon?
yes, I want to see a sewing thing.
Okay. Look, it's been a long ep, but I, in an effort to reduce my stash, I'm also trying to cut down on some, like, get rid of some fabric or use up some fabric. So I made a dress. I'm actually wearing it. Like, I really enjoy. I don't know if this is going to work, but like this outfit combo would have been perfect for maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And of course, I didn't get them finished in time, and now it's too warm. But
oh my gosh,
it's like
a cute outfit.
But hang on, I'll take this off. But this dress, I am really, really pleased with. I'll probably put like a better like video in of me wearing it. But
amazing.
It's like, it's giving a little bit like, my friends call it like, it's a bit churning butter, in that it's like a little bit like it's a little bit like peasanty, the sort of person who might like churn butter 100 years ago.
Like, also cute.
But it's like
churning butter, but cute.
I was trying to emulate this Suzanne dress, which was this like cute little mini dress, and I've just turned it into this like kind of Amish dress. I don't know.
No,
mine is far less like sexy than the Suzanne one, but I just really wanted, like, this has turned out to be a bit wider than I thought, like a nice sort of square neck and a fitted skirt. But I used this pattern, which is McCall's M8388. And it's just like a pattern for like a square neck top with princess seams that run along like the edges here and join into the square neckline. And I've just used this like viscose fabric, which is like really drapey. I think it would be really good for traveling because it doesn't crinkle, and it kind of like you could like scrunch it up really small, and then it's flowy, but then like you don't need to iron it. So I'm really happy with it. I feel quite classy in it, and it's got really nice flow and looks great with my stick season. So
yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. Like, thanks for I can't believe you're like potentially going to say that for another video. Like, no, I love that. Thank you.
Pleasure. But yeah, I feel like it's been high output from like my end. I feel like which has been really pleasurable, actually.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's I feel like I feel like I've had so much to show, and I'm so pleased that we could finally like have a time, because you were like, oh, do you want to like make a video? I was like, now, I need to do it now. I've got so much stuff.
I mean, this is a long one. I don't know if we split into two or what we do, but yeah.
I don't know. I think probably I've been a bit too manic, but here we are. I'm just really excited to see you. Yeah. But I'm so pleased. Thank you so much. Thanks for showing all your like glorious things.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining me and like being there to hear me out as I talk about all the things and showing me all of your output.
Cool. Okay. Well, hopefully this works. Now, I think like the clincher will be, can I end this without like wiping it or anything? Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for bearing with us as we like navigate some technical and geographical hurdles. And yeah, we'll see you at some indeterminate future point whenever we can kind of get the stars to align like we have this afternoon.
Yeah, hopefully more of this. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We really appreciate you all. Bye.
See ya. Bye.